at the hands of Hamas. So when you see images of this, which I'm seeing, you've seen countless videos like this, what say you?
I mean, I don't know. What do you say to something like that? I think if any decent person should just be horrified. It's appalling. So I'd say, like, my first thought is that this is horrific and that anybody who did this ought to pay for it. And then I would say that my second thought after that kind of processing it is I just go, my God, like, what the punishment, first what the punishment for anyone who perpetrated this should be, but then what the punishment for Benjamin Netanyahu to be the longest serving prime minister of Israel and embark in an explicit policy to prop up Hamas for strategic reasons. And if you haven't looked into this, by the way, this may sound like conspiracy theory for people who don't like follow this stuff and know, but this is in the front pages of Haaretz and the Times of Jerusalem just in the last couple of weeks.
Clarify exactly what you mean by BiBi Netanyahu, the prime minister, I think he's on his fifth term right now,
he openly
advocated for Hamas.
Supported Hamas, and the reason he did is because even though when Benjamin Netanyahu...
But where's your source on this? What's the source? Because we're
I gave you two just there, but his direct quotes in front of the Likud party. This is just a fact. Do you not know this?
No, I'm just asking what the source is because we have a lot of people watching this.
Haaretz and the Times of Jerusalem from the last couple weeks, okay? So those are two sources on it, but I could also just send you his quotes in front of Likud party members. Now, when Benjamin, this is just a fact. If you don't know it, you don't know it, but go look it up, and I promise you, Twitter will inundate you with this.
I'm just asking because we have a lot of people watching.
The first sentence I said was giving you sources.
But go ahead.
So what he said, even though when he comes over to America, when he's asking for billions in our taxpayer money, he says he supports a two-state solution somewhere in the future. But when he's talking to his own Likud party members, what he says is the reason we must support Hamas is because we're against the Palestinians ever having a state. And so you could say, first, there were two basic strategies, right? One was to divide the Palestinians in the West Bank versus the Palestinians in Gaza. And number two, which you can understand, Adam, right? If you're the international community, sure, I mean, if there's a secular nationalist group who asks for statehood, maybe you listen to them in Palestine. But Hamas? Are you ever going to recognize, you're the United Nations, are you ever going to recognize Hamas as a legitimate government? Of course not.